Hello, konnichiwa, what's up? I'd like to share a little tip to pass the N5 test. I'd like to give a little short lecture of 3 grammars using te form. Let's check it out. Is te form. And when you say te form, technically there's tons of words can be converted in te form, but for now, let's just say they are the ones of the verbs. First one is te kudasai, meaning please. And second one is te imasu, meaning doing right now. Third one is te, and then te kama, and then mashita. Did verb 1, did verb 2, and then did verb 3. So here are the ones that you should definitely learn when you want to pass the test N5. All right. We don't really need this part. Let's just cut this part. So the focus for today is just the group 2. As you might already know, Japanese verbs can be divided in 3 groups depending on the ending of the dictionary form. For example, when you say to eat, in Japanese you should say taberu. And since the ending is said ru, you should also say, these words are called ru verbs. Let's see other examples. To watch, miru, to sleep, neru, to wake up, okiru. There we go. Let me put the highlights on. See, everything's ending with ru. There's more accurate and precise ways to explain the group of 3 groups in Japanese verbs, but for now, I'd like to make it simple and focus on the change. That's why I just chose the 4 these words, which is also really good ones to pass the N5. N5 really likes to use these words. Let's say, please eat. 食べてください. Please watch. 見てください. Please sleep. 寝てください. I think you already see the patterns. Let me put the highlights on. Ru is switching to te. Right? That's how you make the Japanese conjugation. Step 1. Switch ru to te. Step 2. Add ください. That's why, what would happen when you say, please wake up? 起きてください. ね. Alright, that's the end of the first grammar. Now you can say please, the structure of please. Very good. Now let's move on the present progress, doing something right now. I'm eating right now. Right now. 食べています. I'm watching something right now. 見ています. I'm sleeping right now. Which is definitely the phrase that you wouldn't say in real life while you're sleeping. You can't talk. But for now, I'm also using these type of unpractical, unrealistic words because some of the words are really helpful to see the difference of the language and the structure. For now, to make it simple, I'm just using these unpractical words, but you can see the structures clearly, right? る、て、ください。て、います。That's why, what would you say? I'm waking up right now, which is also unpractical, but let's try to practice. 起きています. Maybe in English that's better expression. I'm awake. Not sleeping anymore. I'm awake. 起きています。ね。そう。Great. See the structure. Switching and then adding. The ones that you're adding is different from the past. Same thing will happen when you add 3 verbs in the sentence. For example, maybe I should say step 2. ました. For example, let's combine. Well, actually, I think it's better to make it short. Verb 1 and verb 2. That's the end, for example. Because it makes easier for me to explain. When you want to combine 2 actions of eating and watching, and I think I should zoom out for a bit. There we go. In this case, for example, I ate and watched would be 食べてみました. Here you have て and consider this part as the ate and. When you combine this, I slept and woke up. 寝て起きました. It appears because you're saying and right after the verb. In this case, switch to 寝て. Alright, so that's the end of the class. In this 10 minutes, you already went through 3 most important grammars in N5. The ones using te forms. What was the te form again? That's the changed form of the verbs. As the examples, we used ru verbs which ends with ru in dictionary form, they are very simple. Just switch to te and then add kudasai for saying please, add imasu for saying right now, add kamamashita to combine more than 2 actions. Alright, so here's the end of the class. Thanks for checking. Feel free to book my lesson sometimes. And I'm gonna do my best to keep posting the videos of the basic lectures for Japanese learners. Hope you enjoyed and hope it helps you to understand a little rough concept of Japanese language. Bye bye.